Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Table of Madness. And here it is, guys, the sixth and final booster box of Grand Archive from our full and entire Grand Archive case break. Before we get into this booster box open, if you guys can do me the big favor, hit that like button. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to watch any of the other videos of these booster box opens that we've done, go check them out. They're under the playlist booster box opening. I'll also leave a bunch of links down below in the description box for you guys. So with that being said, let's get into this booster box opening. So here we go. After my last video, I did a nice little, can I say it was a rant? I guess I could say it was a rant. It was a nice little rant of why I think Grand Archive could and maybe should be your go-to secondary card game. I'm not saying it will probably be your main card game. I just think it could be a very good complementary secondary, maybe even third card game for you guys. Again, that was in my last video. That would be box number 5. This is box number 6. So I've just been pretty much been all over Grand Archive, really enjoying these booster box openings. It's also just fun to just open up a bunch of cardboard. Is it not that fun? If you think it's fun to just open up a bunch of that cardboard, please leave me a comment down below that says yes. Hit that like button if you appreciate a good cardboard case break, just opening up a bunch of, ooh, Patient Rogue. That's a beautiful looking card. Again, hit that like button if you like opening up cardboard just as much as I do. And I'm very curious to see what we get in this sixth and final box. Sixth and final box. Can't speak. So, like I said, I went on a little bit of a rant in my last video, just going over why I think Grand Archive could be your next, not go-to card game, but a nice secondary or third card game to your main card game, basically. And I still stand by it. I think that rant was a little nice by me. A long-winded way of saying it. Again, I highly recommend you go check out box number 5. And you'll see I did pretty much went off from the beginning of the video and went all the way to the end of the video, basically. Ooh, Spirit Blade. Dispersion. Now, at this point, too, we really haven't seen anything new. Here's actually a new card, to be honest with you, as I'm saying that. Here's a new SR. But for the most part, we pretty much know what we're looking at. We know what the value is. I will, after opening up this 6th box, I will be making a video shortly after this video drops of a full analysis breakdown of the numbers. What I mean by that is all the pricing, how much everything costed me, how much, I made back in my returns, how much each SRs and the URs, all, how much value they added up. And I will also be pulling a lot of the rares as well, because as I'm going through this and I'm looking over the prices and stuff like that on TCG Player, I have noticed that some of these rares, not a lot, but some of them, have really good value to them. So I will be pulling those rares out. And I probably will be pulling any uncommons or commons. Anything that's above, I think, $2 is where we'll go. Anything that's above that $2 range, we will pull and we will add it to the pile of value, so to speak. Because I do think it's important to understand how much value we made in return. It's one thing to just buy a booster box. It's another thing then to get at least close to SR Mistbound Cutthroat. It's also another thing to at least come close to what you're spending. So again, like I mentioned this before, if you spend $60 on a booster box, well, it's good to know that you at least get something close to that back. $40, $45 back in return. If you're only getting $20 back per booster box, then that's a problem. You know what I mean? That's a very, very big problem. If you were spending like that, Pokemon had that problem and kind of still does to a certain extent. They have gotten better over the course of their last couple of sets. That's because they've made some better products, really, and some of the cards that they made, like, set 151. But Pokemon has that very big problem, and I've opened up a couple of booster boxes where we had that exact problem. You spend $110 on a booster box and get $20 back in return. You just lost over $80. That does not feel good by any stretch of an imagination. So, and again, it's also good to put it into perspective that this is the Altered Edition. The Altered Edition is a lot cheaper, and the cards are a lot cheaper as well. than, say, their first edition. Their first edition, a little more expensive, but the cards in first edition, Grand Crusader's Ring, I believe this is the UR that's actually very expensive, the one UR in the set. So I'm very happy to pull this card, Grand Crusader's Ring. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure this is the expensive one. So yes, I just paused the video and actually just checked for myself because again, I was 99% sure. And yes, this is the UR that is very, very pricey. So this is a $35 card right here. So the 6th and final booster box already shaping up to be a really good box. And for the most part, most of these boxes were really, really good to me. It was just the URs for the most part. They're kind of worthless, except of course for that one. That one's pretty pricey. And I said too, I think there's a way to actually change that. I think you should give these booster boxes should put another Mistbound Cutthroat again. Pulled that, I believe, in the last box. I do think, and we will find out because I have a second set of the Grand Archive Fractured Crown. I have a full case ready to go for you guys, and we will open that up soon as well. But we'll see. We'll be very curious to see if they actually up the UR pull rates. I think they should give another UR, or the URs should just have alternative arts as well to them. Because the current URs, the way they, I don't know, maybe they're just not very good meta cards or whatever, but they are pretty much worthless. So, and of course, except for the Crusader's Ring. So, very funny that I was talking about how the URs are pretty bad, and I end up pulling the most expensive one in my last booster box opening. So, very happy with that pull. That pretty much will pay for half of this booster box. And those are things that you like to see. Let's see what we get here. SR Map of the Hidden Passage. We pulled this one, I think, 3 times now, so. And that's another thing too, alternative arts. Now, the alternative arts are only for the collector rares. The collector rares have all the alternative arts to them. Which kind of sucks because they're very hard to pull. Like, they're like 1 in every 10 cases, the pull rates on those. That's very, very hard, but they are very, very, very expensive. Bestial Frenzy, another good super rare. This booster box may very well come down to be the best one, because I also know this SR is very, very pricey as well. So, very good card there. But I would like to see some, alternative arts. I think alternative arts is, awesome. More alternative arts, please. So, I don't know, maybe Grand Archive will do something like that, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just stick with this kind of formula. It kind of works, it keeps the Wind Cutter. It does keep the prices pretty low, so. Again, the foils have some good value and good prices to them. The SRs, not that pricey. The URs, not that pricey as well. Except for a very, very small handful. Be very curious to see if they ever will do in the future do some SR alternative arts or UL alternative arts. Or will they just not do that because maybe they'll be afraid that, if they were to just give that stuff away, it might tank some prices of certain things or might raise the booster box prices too much. Who knows, maybe that's their thinking behind it. Like, we're just trying to make this a card game that can be easily accessible to everybody for anybody's pockets, both deep and not so deep. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Think Grand Archive should put some alternative arts in their booster boxes? Will they do in the next set? I don't know. I don't know. That is why Spirit Blade Dispersion SR. That's why it's always good to do a case break. I will say it's very unique though to see somebody go from 6 booster boxes in a case to 18 booster boxes in a case. That's a lot of booster boxes per case. If they went from 6 to 12, that'd be one thing, but to 18, tripled up on me there. I was surprised to see that. Hey, Nullifying Lantern, another foil. And I believe that'll do it for our foils. And I do not think we are going to pull a collector's rare, which is so sad. So sad. Maybe we'll pull one in the second set with the Fractured Crown. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to pull one in there. But man, they are priced. Again, I highly recommend you guys go check them out. TCG Player, the collector rares of this game. They are, first of all, they're beautiful to look at, and second of all, they are so expensive. There's one of them that's like $2,000. Unbelievable. And you can only get it in like their collector dash packs or something like that they give out at tournaments. Crazy. So last pack, nothing good there. So let's go ahead and get to the end of this video and do a quick booster box breakdown. All right, you guys, quick booster box breakdown of the sixth and final booster box of this case break for Grand Archive, Dawn of Ashes. We got ourselves a foil Patient Rogue. That's a nice uncommon there. We got a common Wind Cutter, an uncommon Nullifying Lantern. Those were the 3 foils we got in this booster box. And for the SRs, Spirit Blade Dispersion, Bestial Frenzy, Map of the Hidden Passage. We pulled a lot of those. Mistbound Cutthroat, another Mistbound Cutthroat, and another Spirit Blade Dispersion. And the big UR, very happy to pull this one, the Grand Crusader's Ring. Very, very pricey card, so happy to see that at least one of these URs are very expensive, because it's one thing to make, most of them, not that expensive. I'm talking about the URs. It's another thing to, make all your URs inexpensive. That usually is not a good sign. One Piece kind of has that problem. A lot of their secret rares are pretty much worthless. So here we go. There you go. Take a good look at it. This was the 6th and final booster box. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat this again. I don't think Grand Archive will probably be your main card game. But again, if you were looking for a secondary card game to kind of jump into that, again, wasn't expensive, isn't going to, break the bank or anything. It's fun to play. It's not the easiest game to understand. It actually has a little bit of complexity to it, which is kind of nice. Makes you actually pull some strategy off. You got to pull some combos off. So it's really good if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And again, it's pretty much new. It's only 2 sets in. Now's a great chance to get it. Now's a great time, to get into that. So again, I've enjoyed this case break, but let me know some of your guys' thoughts down below. I will be doing another video here shortly after this video drops of doing a full analysis number breakdown of all of it. That means what the case cost me, what per box cost me, and what I made in each box. And I will be pulling some of the rares, the commons, and uncommons that are $2 and above. So that is going to do it for this case break, and that's going to do it for all of it. Again, I will do, the full analysis breakdown. That video will be coming out soon. Sorry for the dogs barking, but somebody just got home. So that's going to do it for me. As always, please hit that like button for me, at least, if anything, even if you don't even subscribe, if you're new to the channel, just hit that like button for me. It's the easy way to show your appreciation. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, we are a tabletop channel dedicated to all TCGs, and we do a lot of action figures unboxing and reviews, tabletop talk, deck techs, all that kind of stuff, man. It's a fun channel for hobby enthusiasts such as myself. If you want to be a part of that community, please hit that subscribe button for me. And that is going to do it for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you guys next time.